What is going on, everyone? Commodore last year today, bringing to you guys my live reaction of that Kingdom Greatness manga chapter 606. Now, we are finally back from Los Angeles. If you guys didn't know, if you were unaware, I was away for Anime Expo from last Wednesday up until yesterday, Monday. And it was just, a really awesome trip and everything. But man, I gotta give a shout out to BDV, because he was the only one apparently who had read the Kingdom chapter and was doing everything in his power to keep me away from everything related to Kingdom, whether it be Twitter, all that, read this chapter when I get back. Because he says, you're ready for this. And I was like, I was contemplating so badly just, make a video when I was in LA. But to be honest with you, when I was recording, I think One Piece during, I think it was the Friday night going into Saturday, the Thursday night going into Friday morning, I pretty much read it off like, Master J's laptop and everything. And then eventually, the software was just not good enough, for the editing. So I had to do everything on my phone. And I said, you know what? I can't do that to Kingdom. Okay. At the very least, One Piece, I got to rush it out. But at the very least, Kingdom, I can't disrespect it. So when I get home, we got to read the chapter. And I know we were coming off, seeing Osen basically, setting forth to go after Ri Boku, which, he was at a standstill. Ri Boku knows something was going on. We finally got the reveal of Shiryu, the lieutenant underneath Sou. The identity reveal being a girl, which I did say that in the last reaction. I was like, oh, is it a girl? Yeah, it was confirmed to be a girl. So, really hyped to see what's going to go on this week, man. It's been a long little wait. Without further ado, let's get into it, man. And, of course, shout out to SEN Scans and Turner Farms, as always, for bringing the greatness of Kingdom week in and week out, because a certain company in North America continues to fail us on a weekly, a monthly, and an annual basis. So let's get into the chapter. Here we go, man. Chapter 606. All right. There we go. In the chapter, the header title for the thing on SenScan says Origin. Jesus Christ, bro. Yo! Oh, wait, we're gonna get a face reveal? Hey, hold on! Oh, bro. Yo, this man BDB is a god, bro, for saving me right there, man. Dude! Oh, bro, if we get to see the face, what his true face is like without that damn helmet. Bro, look at this thing. It has the top part right there, of course, closed off and everything, but then you have the bottom half, which has the little eye slots open up, just to see and everything. But just, bro, this mask is big spooky, yo. Chapter 606, Origin. All right. General Olsen's plowing on ahead without changing formation. What's going on? They're almost on top of the enemy, and they've already finished their formations. What is Olsen-sama thinking? What is the meaning of this? Is he confident that he still has enough time to finish deploying? Or is he seriously just going to march into them like that? No. The soldiers' steps are slowing down. There has to be something to it. I mean, they're trying to figure out what the boss is trying to do, but the boss is playing 4D chess, man. Everyone else is just out here playing checkers. I mean, Ri Boku might be playing 3D chess, but 4D over 3D, man, as it should be. They slowed down. They must be up to something. Very interesting, Osen. Now, why don't you show us just what you can pull out of your hat from there? So the soldiers looking on, Osen's just looking on. Kane, do they still have time to do anything? The first ranks are the first ranks are almost about to clash. See everyone looking on, pretty much still in formation. Here they come. So who knows this, but that's... Yo! They really are just engaging them like that. Yo, and you just see both sides going at it. The dudes with the big shields and everything with the spears. Kind of similar, I think, to almost to the 10 spears, but their front guys all coming in. And they're all watching what the hell? And you see Ri Boku's face. Osen. And they're all attacking each other and everything. I don't think anything, yeah, you see, okay, they're getting pierced. I thought the dude got pierced from the shield afterwards, but no. You see one guy right here just getting stabbed through, and I think it's a ZHAO guy right after Chin. This is utterly foolhardy. Ri Boku's army is capable of some strange tactic that can assure dominance on all fronts. Even Osen-sama's soldiers stand no chance if it's a straightforward engagement like that. And they're just getting clubbered right now. And then now the ZHAO people are getting taken down. And then you're seeing basically it's still even Steven basically. Where you see, guys from the Chin side are falling down. People from the ZHAO side are falling down afterwards. And Sou's looking huh? What the? An even exchange? How? Why are Ri Boku's men not utilizing their tactics? They've been pulling off complex maneuvers non-stop, but now they're reacting in such a simple manner? And what's with Olsen's soldiers? They're just sending out the next man out. The next man when the one in the front falls. Something as basic as this would be defeated by any ordinary army. But for whatever reason, right now, the exchange is dead even. They can't even grasp what the hell's going on. And they're still trying to think. And they come to a realization, hold on, could it be that it's because they're not doing anything that the result is dead even? Bro, Olsen, what are we trying to do, man? What are we trying to do? They're all looking on still. Taigo, this... I can hardly believe it. Olsen has managed to discern the nature of Riboku-sama's tactic in such a short span of time. Could that really be the reason why, sir? Riboku's army has always been reacting to our movements. When I sent out those 50 riders earlier, they immediately countered with 50 of their own. That was no lucky fluke. No. Hang on. Even then, wouldn't that reaction have been way too fast? So to have 50 cavalry in position to intercept ours the moment they left our ranks is too fast no matter how you think about it. It's almost as if hold on, what's going on, coach? The origin is what you said, sir. Aye. What might that entail? When a man wishes to grasp something, he moves his hand. But just before that, at almost the same time, the shoulder moves. Going even further than the hips react first. With every action in the body, there is an origin. And the workings of armies is no exception. And they're like, huh? Those who reach the pinnacle of martial arts are able to detect these and read an opponent's movements. With that knowledge, no technique of the enemy can find purchase, while also enabling you to prepare devastating counters. And also looking, that doesn't mean that Riboku's men have been... What? Wait, but from an army to move like a human body's... Granted, reading such a thing in a battle between armies is not something you can discern through the logic and reasoning. However, the annals of history have ever been rife with individuals who can sense it in the clamor of combat. What? They can tell just from looking at the expression of it on enemy soldiers' faces or from how a formation has been laid out. Do you mean? Aye. The instinctual type commanders. The instinctual type. But was Riboku not supposed to be the strategical type of general? Then how can he... 5 years ago during the Coalition War, he had the chance to cross swords with one. The Duke! With Dooku, the very embodiment of what it means to be an instinctual type. And he's like, hi! Yo, the Duke, bro, in the Kingdom Kurt art style, man. Oh my god. I miss that old man. But even so, does that mean? Yes, it means exactly that. Just tell me what it is, man. I know we gotta get to the point. From that single encounter, Riboku was able to deconstruct and decipher the mechanisms of how the instinctual types wage war. He then proceeded to hammer that knowledge into the strategical type soldiers under his command. Emerging from the Crucible was a new hybrid army, one that combined the strengths of both the strategical and instinctual. What? I must give him due credit. Just like myself, Riboku is truly a monster. He reversed, bro. Even though we say Riboku 2, but yo, just like myself, man, I am a monster. Bro, what do you have, though, Olsen? What do you have for us, man? As our army holds no intent, there is nothing to be read. Due to that, both sides are practically walking into enemy spears. So of course, the result is dead even. Their lack of tactics and formation leaves them vulnerable, like a hapless child. We simply need to exploit that with our own tactics. If both wings engage them, 2nd and 3rd companies charge too. Yes, sir. Hold on, and then seeing the reactions now from everyone. Earl Rise going on the offensive. They were already in a good position because of their formations. Now all of it is going to come crashing down at the same time. To spread out enemies have begun to attack. The left as well. Both wings are coming. but our whole army can only deal with the one straight ahead. Osen-sama, your orders for the left wing. This is bad. Very bad. Osen-sama's decision to do nothing may have gotten him this far, but it's also left him vulnerable to any sort of conventional tactic. They're right. The right wing is shifting. They made a wedge. Same for the left. You just looking on like eyes switching up. Huh. I see. Huh? Orders from Osen-sama. He says to aim for the middle of the flank. They're what? He said you can separate them with 100 riders. Huh? Orders from Osen-sama. The third is not to resist the enemy's charge. Push them inside. Then push inside them instead. What? Recall the first and have them hit their center. Aye. Like Riboku's just seeing everything play out. Orders from Osen-sama. Taihai and Shinko units are the pincer the enemy. Pincer them. He says it says it'll happen. Orders from Osen-sama. Heavy infantry. Turn around. Hit their cavalry's flank when they come in. Riboku, yo. Look at his face. He's like, what the hell? Huh? What? That's not possible. The Osen army is winning. Yo, because he's telling the switch up in the formations right now. And you see like these weird like little loop thing going on. Osen, you read and countered it. Well. When viewed in that manner, origins become surprisingly clear. What the hell? Yo, so wait. I need to take this in. So basically, I mean, he has... The enemy spread out have begun to attack the left as well. Both wings are coming. I mean, essentially from what he's saying is because he's now noticed, I guess, like little areas and stuff where he can basically make his attacks and stuff. Like, he's sending different people, of course, into different areas right now, but that's because he noticed something's completely off. Because Riboku's guys technically made the first move, right? Earl Rai just pretty much went on the offensive first. That, I guess, opened up something right afterwards that allowed Osen to then apply his guys afterwards to come in and, you know, pretty much disrupt things to take, you know, basically the lead in this battle. Yeah, because he's saying, you know, go from the middle of the flank, go to this area, go to that area, go to this area. And then from what you're seeing now towards the end is basically like these little clumps, like almost like in little, like a snake formation kind of thing, you know, the one like looping around and all that. And it's kind of just broke off basically the ZHAO army, essentially. Like the way you're looking at it, like that's what it kind of looks like. And he's like, yeah, when you view it in that kind of manner, like if he basically waited until the first move was made, basically from Riboku's side before he acted. Now because he has everything kind of shifted in the way he wants it to, he's taking the lead so far. But oh man. But I mean, now it's you kind of understand from Riboku's side is that he was saying like, you know, or Osen was basically saying that from Riboku's side, he has guys, you know, he himself, you know, you have people that are more of the essential type and you have the strategical type, but the guys that are soldiers right now in the front lines are basically a mix of the two of them and how he's able to get that to work. But don't matter to Osen. Like, this dude just came in and just doing all this right now. I figured that we would at least get to see the impact itself, like just getting to see like the devastation of what Osen's been able to pull off. Like him doing this right now, this is great, but I think it would have really, you know, truly captured like what the hell he's doing right now if you're seeing like the body starting to really hit the floor right now and just getting to see Osen, you know, show that he was waiting for the moments, you know, for Riboku to make the first move so that way he can counter it right away. And that's basically what it was. Like, Osen did not make the first move. He waited until the very second Earl Rai got up there and tried to do his own thing by moving the offense. He's like, okay, you made the first move. Now I can literally pinpoint and do what I want. He's essentially playing 4D chess when you look at it right now. Now look at the loops and everything you're seeing here in the final page. And, like, Riboku knows it. Like, he made the first move. He just got countered with a whole bunch of techniques like that. But I do think that, you know, just to really see the devastation of the counter itself, we should be seeing bodies at the floor and just look at Osen's, you know, just saying what he's saying right now, but getting to see, like, the devastation too. But I presume that's going to happen more or less in the next chapter, hopefully, you know, to kind of show that. Even though this is a good indication of, like, this is basically what's going to end up happening right now to the ZHAO troops. Like, we pretty much know, like, Osen was just waiting for the first move and he just did that. But yeah, I would say this was a pretty good chapter, man. I would go maybe say 8 out of 10 for me this week. He figured out what to do in terms of the counter, but now we have to see how much damage that's going to deal towards Riboku and whether or not he's going to try and figure out something in terms of trying to counter this. And, you know, is he going to try and, you know, maybe bring it back to a standstill? But I would presume because Olsen made that first move, whatever Ri Boku does afterwards is going to lead to like more counters after the fact. And that's going to probably cause a lot more problems for Ri Boku. And then you have to remember too, we still have, you know, Shin and them on their side taking care of business right now with, you know, with Gyo-un and all them and everything. So yeah, I don't know, but let me know down in the comment section below how you guys feel about the chapter itself. Again, I'm gonna still say, you know, 8 out of 10 for me this week. It was some great stuff right here. Getting to see exactly, you know, how things are gonna play out from you know, from Osen's side and everything. But I do want to see what kind of impact it'll have, hopefully in the next chapter, and see, you know, whether or not Ri Boku is gonna have some kind of form of, you know, counter to Osen's counter, or whether or not this is going to lead to the Qin side, you know, even though they're winning right now, for them to take a commanding lead going into this next phase, we need to see some kind of results. But let me know down in the comment section below how you guys feel about the chapter. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. Make sure to click on the bell Shandora so you're up to date with everything that goes on the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, you want to be a part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Kingdom, week in, week out. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, I will catch you guys next week for chapter 607 of the Kingdom Greatness. And hopefully we get to see Osen go in and pretty much show exactly why if you play 4D chess, you are guaranteed to win. And if you are playing, you know, checkers or 3D chess, you're just not on the level of a guy like Osen. So, Commodore Lad signing off. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care. Going crazy, yeah, we going crazy.